Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. Well, don't forget, we'll be broadcasting from Farm Science Review thanks to Ag Credit on Tuesday. Ag Credit, financing the future of rural America. Be sure to visit Ag Revolution on Lot 513 at Farm Science Review to see exciting new products from AGCO and experience the Ohio AgNet radio broadcast on Wednesday. That's live from the Fendt exhibit on Lot 513. Dale checks in with an update from FBI Buildings. Dale?
Joining me, Blair Nyhauser, and he's Vice President of Sales for FBI Buildings, and you'll be able to find out more about our conversation at FBIBuildings.com. Blair, tell us more about what this big, beautiful bill that we've heard so much about for a long time period, what does it mean for agricultural buildings and rural buildings?
One of the big ones is bringing back bonus depreciation. Think about a tax incentive that farmers can now take advantage of when they invest in a building, they possibly buy some equipment. We hope they make the choice to build a building, but they get to write that entire expense off in the year they put that equipment into service. So you think about the potential tax implications even for this year, that really alters compared to what would have been before this legislation got passed. There's some real benefits for ag farmers and how they manage their business. There's a couple other ones. They've changed some of the state tax limit and where they've set some of those, which will really help families as they plan for the future and the next generation. And I think that creates a lot more dependability and flexibility in how they manage their farm and how they invest in it, knowing how some of that's going to get transferred and some of the tax benefits and where they set those asset limits. They've even changed some of the insurance for farmers as they think about bringing dependable revenue to their farm operation. That's gotten really overhauled in a much better way. And so I think there's some really good things, whether it's building a new building, investing in new equipment, buying more land, figuring out how do you transition this farm to the next generation. There's a lot of things that are now really in the corner of a farmer.
Blair, did I understand you correctly? When we talk about a building, it's got to be built to be considered put in service, so we've got to have it up and done by the end of December?
Getting that done, that's where we come in, and I think where we really shine.
Blair, thanks for the update. And again, if you want more details, it's FBIBuildings.com. Blair, thanks again for the update.
Thanks, Dale. Well, as input costs continue to put a strain on farmers' bottom lines, a concerning trend has emerged for fertilizer prices.
Fertilizer prices appear to be on the rise again. While they haven't hit the record they reached in 2022, Faith Parham, an economist with the American Farm Bureau Federation, says some products, like phosphates, are climbing higher.
Really what we're seeing in this market, though, is volatility, and we think that will continue to persist as natural gas prices and shifting trade policies in other countries really are disrupting the markets and creating a lot of uncertainty.
Parham says there are two main factors driving up the cost of fertilizer for farmers and ranchers.
The big drivers are energy cost, mainly because nitrogen fertilizers rely on natural gas. And so other countries have had decreased production due to conflict as well as geopolitical disputes. Overall, there will just again be that uncertainty as the world continues to move around through these geopolitical disruptions.
She says the best way to prepare for increased input costs is to keep an eye on the market and be ready to pivot with changing conditions. Mike Davis, Washington.
Brazil's farmers harvested a record 171.47 million metric tons of soybeans and a record 139.67 million metric tons of corn in the 2024-2025 season. The markets, we'll have a look at those coming up next.
This is Dale Menyo with the Ohio AgNet. For over 25 years, my truck has been running strong on biodiesel. Reliable, high-performance fuel that keeps me on the road promoting agriculture. Every gallon helps power Ohio's economy, protect our environment, and support our hardworking soybean farmers. The best part? It works in any diesel engine. No modifications needed. Take it from me. Choose biodiesel and drive with purpose. Learn how at soyohio.org.
Get the equipment and trucks you need at Ritchie Brothers' next Great Lakes regional event on September 25th and 26th. This absolute unreserved auction will feature online bidding, and items are located in Columbus, Chicago, and Detroit. Choose from close to 4,000 items, including a wide selection of construction equipment, truck tractors, and more. Don't miss Ritchie Brothers' Great Lakes regional event on September 25th and 26th. For more details, visit rbauction.com. Again, that's rbauction.com.
The market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. At the Board of Trade, December corn $4.23 1/4, down 6 3/4. March corn $4.41, down 6 1/4. November soybeans $10.42 3/4, down 3 1/2. January beans $10.61 3/4, down 3 1/2. December wheat $5.25, up 1 1/2. At the Mercantile Exchange, October cattle $234.60, up $4.62. October hogs $97.52, up 40 cents. October feeder cattle $354.50, up $8.70. This is the Ohio AgNet.